June 6, 1944. Dawn broke over Normandy. A vast armada filled the English Channel. Thousands of ships stood ready. This was no ordinary day. This was D-Day, the largest seaborne invasion in history. Operation Overlord, the Allied invasion of Nazi-occupied France, was about to begin. The fate of millions hung in the balance. The outcome of World War II was at stake. The sheer scale of the operation was staggering. Over 150,000 Allied troops would land on the beaches of Normandy. They came from the United States, Britain, Canada, and other nations. Their mission to liberate France and defeat Nazi Germany. The operation had been months in the making, shrouded in secrecy. The stakes were incredibly high. Failure was not an option. The cost of failure would be catastrophic. For the soldiers, sailors, and airmen involved, it would be the test of their lives. The planning for D-Day was a monumental task. Military minds from across the Allied nations collaborated. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the Supreme Allied Commander, oversaw the operation. His leadership was crucial. British General Bernard Montgomery, a brilliant strategist, commanded the ground forces. Their task was to outmaneuver the formidable German defenses. The Germans, led by Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, were well prepared. The Allies devised a complex plan to deceive the Germans. Decoy operations and misinformation were used. The aim was to keep the Germans guessing about the time and location of the invasion. The success of the landings depended on surprise. Every detail, from logistics to weather forecasting, was meticulously considered. The sheer complexity of the operation is difficult to overstate. Lives depended on the success of the plan. As the first rays of light hit the Normandy beaches, the Allied assault began. The deafening roar of naval bombardment filled the air. Thousands of paratroopers descended behind enemy lines. Their mission to secure key bridges and disrupt German communications. On the beaches, chaos reigned. Soldiers faced a barrage of German fire. Machine guns rattled. Artillery shells exploded. Landing craft disgorged their human cargo onto the heavily fortified beaches. Amidst the carnage, acts of incredible bravery unfolded. Men like Captain Ralph Johnson, who single-handedly took out a German machine gun nest. His heroism earned him the Medal of Honor. Stories of sacrifice and resilience emerged from the chaos. Medics risked their lives to save their comrades. Soldiers pushed forward, driven by courage and a sense of duty. The human cost of war was evident everywhere. Turning the tide, D-Day's impact was monumental in the course of World War II. It marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. The successful Allied landings established a foothold in Nazi-occupied Europe. From there, the Allies could launch their campaign to liberate France. The liberation of France was not just a significant victory, it boosted Allied morale and weakened German forces. Indeed, the tide of the war was turning. The D-Day landings paved the way for the eventual Allied victory in Europe. However, victory came at a heavy price. Thousands of Allied soldiers were killed or wounded on D-Day. The beaches of Normandy were stained with the blood of heroes. Their sacrifice would never be forgotten. The impact of D-Day extended far beyond the battlefield. It had profound political and social consequences. The liberation of France from Nazi rule marked a turning point in the fight for freedom and democracy. Beyond the beaches. The Normandy campaign was just the beginning of a long and arduous campaign to liberate France. The Normandy campaign lasted for several weeks. It was characterized by fierce fighting and heavy casualties on both sides. The Allied forces faced fierce resistance from the German defenders. The Bocage countryside, with its hedgerows and small fields, proved to be a challenging terrain. The Germans used the terrain to their advantage. Despite the challenges, the Allies gradually pushed inland. They liberated key cities like Caen and Cherbourg. The capture of these cities was crucial for the Allied advance. They provided vital supply lines. The Normandy campaign was a testament to the courage and determination of the Allied soldiers. They fought tenaciously against a determined enemy. Their sacrifices ultimately led to the liberation of France. A legacy etched in history. D-Day remains one of the most significant events in human history. It serves as a reminder of the human cost of war. The bravery and sacrifice of those who fought on that fateful day will never be forgotten. Today, the beaches of Normandy are peaceful. They stand as silent witnesses to the events of June 6, 1944. Memorials and cemeteries dot the landscape. They serve as poignant reminders of the sacrifices made. The legacy of D-Day extends far beyond the shores of Normandy. It is a testament to the enduring power of hope, courage, and the fight for freedom. The events of D-Day continue to inspire generations. We must never forget the lessons of D-Day. We must strive to build a world where such conflicts are a thing of the past. The sacrifices made on those beaches should serve as a reminder of the importance of peace and understanding.